The first question I want to present is from Mrs. Maha Dabus from Qadian.
Acha, mashallah.
Yes. She says that my dear...
How is she? She's all right?
Yes, she's all right. Good. She writes that my dear Huzur and all my brothers and sisters, member of the family of Liqam al-Arab.
Mashallah.
I send my salam and greetings to all of you from Darul Aman, the birthplace of Al-Masih al-Maud and Al-Mahdi al-Maud alayhi salatu wassalam. She says, my question is regarding one of the Urdu passages written by Hazrat Masih Maud alayhi salatu wassalam. In his book Kashti-e-Nuh, he says, नफसानियत की फरबही छोड़ दो कि जिस दरवाजे के लिए तुम बुलाए गए हो उसमें से एक फरबा इंसान दाखिल नहीं हो सकता. She says the English rendering would be something like this, that abstain from the fatness of the self, because the door to which you are called, a fat person cannot enter through that. She says, my first question in relation to this passage is that I understand that the fatness here is of the self, not of the body, but still I cannot...
Most certainly.
Yes.
She's unduly worried.
but still I cannot fully understand what is this nafsaniyat ki farbahi that we must avoid. Kindly explain it for me.
First of all, I should point out to our sister Mahadabuz that she is being missed here. While she was here, she played a great part in everything of service to Jamaat Ahmadiya and Islam, of course, as one was saying thing. But being an Arab lady, and also a very highly educated lady, who is an engineer by profession, she filled many vacuums which their absence have created again. But still, with the grace of Allah, new people come and replace the old ones. This is a continuous process. But she is remembered by me particularly many a time, and for that I should tell her that keep it in mind and pray us all, remember us all in her prayers. That is my first response to her question. The second response is that, like always, her English is a little deficient. Whenever she expresses herself very well, but with deficient English, because she was not brought up from the childhood as in an English school, and she learned English herself, particularly of her own profession. She's good at that profession, but in translations, many a time I found room for improvement. So fatness is not at all what is meant here. This fatness has reminded her of the bodily or corporal fatness. The words of Hazrat Masih al-Islam are so clear that they could not be applied to any bodily or carnal fatness in the remotest sense. So whatever translation, it should be clear. It should not give the wrong idea that perhaps he is talking also of body. You should remember that old Messiah also said something like this, that those who are big-headed people, who consider themselves big, arrogantly, those who are rich, particularly the rich are hit by Jesus Christ, they will not enter heaven because they cannot go through the eye of the needle through which they will have to pass. So similar expressions have been made by Hazrat Masih al-Islam elsewhere. Now he points out to something which also carries hope. In the declaration of Messiah, there seems to be no hope. It seems to be impossible for any big-headed person or rich man to enter heaven. But Hazrat Masih has spoken of the very central point which relates to such expressions. We have our ego. Every human being has his ego. as long his ego is swelled and he considers himself to be great, he will not enter heaven. And this ego can be reduced and squeezed into such a size that a person may walk through easily through the eye of a needle. So Hazrat Masih Maud is not just speaking in parables and mysterious expressions. He also solves the problems by telling human beings that they're just such expressions to warn you against the big task. But actually every man can pass through the needle test. If he himself reduces his ego and humiliates himself and becomes a humble servant of God. So be that and know what is translated as fatness, what is also termed in English as obesity. But here I should think that the translation should be the arrogant bigness of your own self. Reduce that to a minimum size, or wipe it out altogether if you can. Then inshallah you will enter the gates of heaven. This is the meaning of all that passage, right?